Hey YouTube, welcome to Build and Grow 21. Going to catch up on the chores here today. And as we take a look through this typical plot of suburban land and how it's been turned into like a little bit of a permaculture food forest. You can tell I live in a noisy neighborhood here, but you know, it was peaceful and quiet till a few minutes ago. Get up early enough, there's nothing but birds, but sure, that's almost most places. So catching up on the chores here. After a few days of rain, growth is coming along really well in all areas. Caught up on the pruning in time to help everything turn green. I don't think we're out of danger of frost yet, but yeah, hard frost where everything's going to die back here. I don't, let's see here, knock on a piece of wood, and I'm not going to tempt Mother Nature, but we're fast approaching Mother's Day, which is my typical day to use as a last frost day. So we've got potatoes growing in this wire basket. It's going to grow just like the grow bags that have potatoes in them. I'll show. This garden is going to be mounded up and will be a host to a variety of plants that are already started indoors. And then that bed here is 8 feet long, 2 feet wide, and I think about 6-8 inches high, because it's dug down in there too. It's not just at ground level, but deep, new, good soil I put all in there, and we have a host of plants coming up through here. You see parsley, we start early, and the peas are coming along, and there's a lot more of both of these all over the place. Fruit will come. So the late fruit is kiwi. It's kind of fun how the progression of food production works here, because soon we'll be gathering radishes, and if I still grew asparagus, we'd be harvesting asparagus right about now too. But in this former asparagus bed here, it's full of strawberry plants, as is this one, lettuces, and got some comfrey here, garlic. I'm a big fan of planting parsley around strawberry and lettuces to help ward off bugs. I plant a lot of garlic in here that you can't see yet. This garlic was planted in September, which is why you see it now. More parsley back there. The herbs help to attract beneficial insects and deter pests. So we'll see how these lettuces do, and normally I would expect these lettuces to be much more mauled, much more chewed up by now, but they're not, so that's a good sign. This is butter lettuce. Not only is it great tasting, but it's great growing. Really carefree. As far as the pruning goes, looks like things are coming along okay, because although there are a lot of apple flowers here, I will have to come back, and when they turn into little apples, prune them a little bit just to thin them out. Same thing with the Asian pear and the peaches that are in the background. So the peaches come through. We've got more peas here. So I think the lesson is coming through. See what I got to do as far as chores go and how things are fitting into the line, because now as time goes by, this becomes more and more manageable, predictable, and I think you can learn a little more as you get more confident each time that you're growing things. So one thing I want to come through here and check, through here, just trying to make every space available. And this is a south-facing wall right there, okay? That's a garage wall, and it gets nothing but sunshine all day, and what used to grow here was a miserable hedgerow, and over the years we've turned it into a raspberry patch, which I have to started to bring back to life last year. So these are new plants coming in, And we put in a bunch of strawberry as well. And then there'll be more peas and some other vegetables that are already growing up here. Started as seeds under the straw. There's a second wire basket. Potatoes. Never really had much luck growing potatoes, but here we are. Now I got to come in and cover them up. These plants will continue to grow as I cover. They'll grow, and maybe by September or August we might have potatoes. Looks like we'll have strawberries if we keep the bugs at bay. Now this is a grow basket, or sorry, grow bag. More potatoes in here. And don't get the wrong idea. We're not big potato starchy eaters, but I got a good offer on potatoes. It seemed like a good thing to try. And if I can turn 10 pounds of potatoes into 100, I can make a lot of friends. I think that's part of the motivation here. Let's see about this bag here. Let's see. Oh, I don't see anything growing here yet. So maybe. So we'll see. Keep an eye on that. Not everything's going to be a success. And in earlier videos I showed how I did a lot of cuttings of the fruit trees and bushes. Here we are underway with them. The thing I'm doing today is coming out to water them up. So we have a bunch, okay? You may wonder, where am I going to put them all? Well, one, they're going to go into a new location, a new space, a quiet space, a big space. And then I got issues back here in this yard where elderberry, and if anybody can help me, you know, they're just dying out. So I think I could probably just pull this thing out of the ground now that I think about it. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, I hadn't planned on doing that today. A chore in action. So could be vermiticulin wilt. Yeah, you know, look, I got bugs living up in there, and I don't know what happened there, but when things die, they die, and when they don't, they don't. So looks like we'll have to make some space here. Look, there's another one. Just push it over like that. That's a shame. But better now. It's spring. Get this dead shit out of the way. And is this another one? Yeah, I can't believe I can pull this out of the ground so easily. I planted these maybe 9 years ago. They're supposed to last 60 years. Let's see. Chore in action. Ugga. Alright, so yeah. I don't know what to say. But in one sense, I was never satisfied with the way I laid this out. These elderberry bush were laid out in advance of me knowing much about permaculture or better gardening techniques. I just put them here because that's where there was space. It turned out it worked out well, okay, for a while. Doesn't get much sun here. But I dug a ditch on contour, and that really helped to hold back water and provide sustenance and life for these bushes for several years. So, something to think about. What do I replace these with? I don't think we'll do elderberry again. Just a little too much more work than I care for. In regard to prepping the berries after they're ready for picking. I don't feel like picking. It's a lot of work to try to get elderberry berries to do something, and I'm a little lazy, so don't want to do all of that. All right, chore catch up for the day continues. I have the idea to take some cuttings from the magnolia tree here for the new place, and let's see what we got. As far as Our trees here go peach and pear. And I think we'll just leave everything here like it is. Got a bunch of garlic growing up in there. Got some mint growing back there. Maybe I'll put some other herbs in here too. And then the last one would be coming into this little patch here where there's strawberry, more raspberry, doing better, and yeah, here we go. Potato onions are growing in here, and shallots are growing through here too, so I probably won't disturb this stuff too much. We'll take it, just leave this like this for now. It looks kind of cool. And as I continue to observe around what needs to be done, at least today, I think getting that other mounded garden in order, coming in to water these cuttings a little bit, and you know, just preparing more plants for growing and food production, because summer's coming, we're in spring, and we've got the space. There's no excuse for not putting it to good work and, you know, helping to make the home a homestead sometimes by becoming a producer and not solely a consumer. So there you have it. Build and Grow 21. Get prepared, don't delay, and you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching.